What is up, Declaration families? Pastor Travis here, and I just have a few things to share with you that we are so excited about. For the past few weeks, in the same way as adult service, we've been walking through setting the table with our generations, from our preschoolers all the way up to our seniors in high school. It has been incredible to see how God has been moving as we've been talking about the different ways that God is calling us as His children and His body to set the table for others and the Lord. As we've talked about what God wants to do in the vision that God's placed on our heart for our building, and how it's in the center of our community and the hands and feet that we get to be. And so it's been incredible to see how God's been moving. And so I wanted to share with you, in the same way that you adults have your own commitment card, we have our very own Generations commitment card. And so there's a few things I want to walk with you, because this Sunday, we're going to be walking through and turning in those commitment cards in all of our generations, so our preschool all the way through our seniors in high school. So if we open and we look in, we see four boxes, four different boxes, and the first one is I'm setting the table for. And so we've been talking about in our generations the different communities that we set the table for. We set the table for our family. We set the table for our church. We set the table for those in need, for the community, for our neighbors. And so you don't have to just write one thing. You can write all of those things, multiple things that the Lord lays on your heart of who you're setting the table for. If we look at the second box, it's money. And what that is your tithe, your 10% or more from your allowance, or if you have a job, what you earn for work. It's a percentage of maybe your birthday money or Christmas money that you have. It could be you going out and earning money from yard work or babysitting or a lemonade stand that you specifically earn to give to set the table for those around you. And then our third box, we have stuff. Everybody's got stuff. We know all the stuff. And so some things like that would potentially be if you have video games, selling some video games. Of course, you could sell the old ones you don't play anymore, but God may challenge you to sell the ones you do love and you do play in order to set the table. Maybe taking some of your clothes to a resale shop and selling those clothes that may not fit you anymore, or maybe some that do because you have a surplus of clothes. Or giving even a portion of your savings. If you've been saving your money maybe for an Oculus or some kind of game system or something, maybe God's laying on your heart to sow that into setting the table for the Lord. And then the last box is you're going to take these two boxes, the second and third box, and you're going to add them together and put the total in there. And I want to reiterate, as we've been talking about, it's not about the number at all. It is about the heart. And so we don't want you to take this and just think about it and jot something down. We want you to spend time in prayer and come before the Lord and say, God, what are you wanting me to do to set the table? God, how can I be a part of this? How can I best be your hands and feet? And I can promise God is going to lay things on your heart that may challenge you and grow you and stretch you, that He's going to have you put on here and commit to setting the table. And it's so amazing, because it's not about us here in this moment. It's about what God's going to do for generation after generation to come. Wouldn't it be so cool if you participate in this and it impacts not just your kids, but your grandkids and their kids? Man, how cool of a thought is that? And so parents, specifically for you, we encourage you to go over this with your kids, to be praying with them, to help guide them through this. And what a cool ministry moment. You get to walk with them through this, on what this looks like and what God may be laying on their heart, and maybe even some suggestions for them. Also, this Friday, out on the land, we are having our advanced commitment night, where we get to join together as the Declaration family that we are. And we're going to have a table out there with different people from our different teams of generations, where we're going to be there to help explain, go into further detail, pray with you. We're just going to be available to help you in any way you may need help. And also, if you have any questions before that time, please don't hesitate to send me an email at travis@declaration.org, and I would just love to answer your questions, to pray for you and with you. And we're so excited about what God's going to do through our generations.